Hey, welcome. Today we're going to talk about something that, honestly, it kind of freaks a lot of people out, creating powerful, authentic videos. But what if I told you it could be simple and stress-free, and that you could start today with what you've already got? So let's get right into it.
You know that feeling? The one where you think about setting up cameras and lights and then trying to direct someone, or even yourself. It's a lot. If that little red button seems intimidating, yeah, you're not alone, not by a long shot.
And that's exactly why we're talking about this today, because here's the secret. It's not about having the fanciest gear or a Hollywood budget. It's really just about a few simple principles and a little shift in your mindset. Believe it or not, you've already got everything you need to get started.
All right, first up, we have got to bust a major myth, the idea that you need some kind of professional studio to get great results. Let's just tackle that one head on.
Yep, that smartphone in your pocket, it is more than powerful enough to capture incredible, high-quality video. What really matters isn't the camera itself, it's all about how you use it.
Really, it all comes down to just three things, three pillars. Get these right, and I'm telling you, you are 90% of the way to an amazing video. Forget all the complicated settings and pricey gadgets. So, let's break them down. Okay, pay attention, because this might be the single biggest game changer, technically speaking. You always want to face your light source. So face a window. The second you put that light behind you, your camera gets all confused and bam, you're just a dark silhouette. The difference is, well, it's literally night and day, right?
Okay, pillar number 2, sound. Think about it. You'll probably sit through a video that's a little blurry, but if you can't hear what the person is saying, you're out. Bad audio is a deal breaker. So find a quiet space. Seriously, listen for that humming fridge or the AC unit. And here's a great little hack. That tiny microphone on your regular phone headphones, it's a huge upgrade in clarity. Use it.
And that brings us to the third pillar, the background. The goal here is super simple. Keep it from being distracting. You want people focused on the person, not that pile of laundry in the corner. A simple wall, a bookshelf, a plant, that's perfect. It just looks clean and professional, no fuss.
All right, one last little pro tip on the tech side that makes a world of difference. Get that phone stable and right at eye level. Stack it on some books, use a little tripod, whatever you've got. It avoids that awful up-the-nose angle and makes it feel like you're actually having a face-to-face chat. So that's the tech stuff. And honestly, that's the easy part. Now we got to talk about the human side, because this is where the real magic happens. It's time to bust another myth, the one where you have to be some kind of Hollywood director.
This right here is the most important mindset shift you can make. Forget that whole image of a director yelling action. Your job is not to chase perfection, it's to create comfort. You're not a director, you're a coach, you're a cheerleader. That's your role.
And this is your number one job, plain and simple. If you can get them to feel so comfortable that they forget that camera is even there, that's when you capture something real, something special.
So how do you actually do that? Well, it's a pretty simple 3-step process. First, just call it out. Say, hey, I know being on camera is weird, it's totally okay to be nervous. Then, give them a few easy tips before you even start. And finally, when you're rolling, you just become their biggest fan.
And you can literally use these exact phrases. See, these aren't instructions, they're permissions. You're giving them permission to be comfy, to be in a quiet spot, and, most importantly, you're giving them permission to not be perfect. That just melts the pressure away.
And this line, oh, this is so powerful. It completely changes the game. It's not a recording anymore. It's just a conversation between two people. They're talking to you, not to a lens. That's a huge difference.
Okay, this leads us to the final myth we need to bust, and honestly, it might be the most important one of all. And that's the idea that the final video has to be perfect, flawless, polished. Nope, absolutely not.
I mean, just think about it. We are bombarded with slick corporate videos every single day. And what do they feel like? Ads. But what about a video that's a little raw, where someone pauses to think, where you can feel some real emotion in their voice? That feels like a real conversation.
So here's the real question, right? Which one do you actually trust more? We are hardwired to trust the one that feels human and real, not the one that feels like it came off an assembly line.
So if you take away just one single thing from all this, let it be this golden rule. Seriously, write this down somewhere. Authenticity is always greater than perfection. Always.
We have to totally reframe how we think about so-called mistakes. Those pauses, the ums and ahs, they aren't mistakes you need to cut out. They're proof that a real human being is on the other side, thinking, feeling, and being genuine.
And just remember why you're doing this in the first place. Your goal isn't to win an award for Best Picture, it's to capture a real story, a genuine moment. That is what matters.
So when you put it all together, the simple tech tips and that coach and cheerleader mindset, you basically have a new superpower. You have the ability to capture real stories without all the stress. You're ready. You can do this.
Let's just leave it with this one final powerful thought. You're not creating a production. You're capturing a feeling. If you focus on that feeling, you can't go wrong. You'll create something that really, truly connects.
So really, there's only one question left. With all this in your back pocket, whose story are you going to help share first?